Look at you having fun with your toy over there.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, we have new technologies. Yes. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen,
Big money coming in.
to the show. Geek Culture Congress podcast is live once again. I'm one of your hosts, as always, Louis Speedy Jr. Gonzalez, accompanied by my good friend, actor and comedian extraordinaire, Mr. Tarek Lewis. How you doing, sir?
I am doing very good, man. I am transformed, shall you say.
You get air horn.
And in tune with all versions of myself.
Nice. I like that. And of course, the world-renowned influencer and DJ, Mr. Joey Franchise on Film. YouTube channels in the building. How you doing, sir?
Hanging out, man. Feeling good. Seeing a lot of good shit lately from the recent releases in the theater. I'm actually in a very good mood.
That's good, man. That's good. You get a censor for the shit, right? Oh man, I feel good too, man. It's a good time. Yeah, it's a good time to be a nerd, man. To be alive at this time and enjoy all these movies that are coming out, man. And the masterpiece, ladies and gentlemen, that is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I've heard people call it the Citizen Kane of comic book movies, Tarek.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never seen Citizen Kane, but I heard it's the shit.
Citizen Kane?
It's supposed to be the shit. I hope it's not like Citizen Kane, a movie that everybody loves for 10 years and then later on says overrated. That's what Citizen Kane was for the record.
Yeah? Wow.
Are we going in? I'm ready to go in because I got conflicting views.
Spoiler full about.
Real quick, gotta show.
We got the check-ins,
Early Lakeland check-in, man. Wade loves Crown. What's up?
Yeah, respect.
And everyone who's watching this on Speedy's Multiverse YouTube channel, of course, thank you so much for joining me here on all the Facebook pages and all the Twitch channels and everything that we're all live on right now. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. This is Geek Culture Congress. We talk everything nerd, everything geek. Follow the audio version of this podcast. We got reviews up on there. Here are my spoiler-free review of Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. We got a review for Transformers, Rise of the Beast. We got a review for almost everything. Tarek's gonna go watch Flash on Tuesday, and then we're gonna have a spoiler review for that up there on the podcast feed. And he's also gonna watch Indiana Jones coming up, screening for Indiana Jones. Yeah.
I just caught up on all the Indiana Jones. They're on Disney Plus.
Oh yeah? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I should actually have done that, but
I'm just gonna watch the previous one. I'm not going all the way
previous
back.
one, the Crystal Skull. That's a hard pill.
Yeah, we had bootleg videotapes of Indiana Jones in my house for years when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
So I watched those things over and over again.
Right.
Now, granted, there might be a tampon commercial in the middle of it, but
Yo,
yeah, recorded it from a live TV. There you go. It's all good.
recorded that bit straight from ABC movie night.
good days. Good days, man. The humble days.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's talk about it, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to spoil the crap out of a bunch of stuff. So this is your warning, okay? Spoiler warning. We're talking Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. We're going to talk Transformers. We might jump all across a bunch of different topics, but let's get into it, man. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Tarek, your first reaction to the movie? Is it the Citizen Kane of comic book movies? Is this the best thing since sliced bread? For
no, and no, it's not. And actually, you can slice your own bread. It's actually becomes better fresh. It's a weird conflict because I really, really, really liked the movie, but I saw it 2 days after it came out, and the hype it got from people watching it just in those 2 days. I'm so glad I rushed to see it because I was going to wait even longer. I'm so glad I rushed to see it. I think it's excellent. I don't know about the whole. I saw many saying that it was better than the first. That's tough for me, and it's tough for me to call it the greatest comic book movie or even the greatest animated comic book movie. Why? Because it's not finished.
Okay, all right.
It's a to be continued. It's hard for me to give this thing a complete grade without the ending.
It's a part one.
That being said, go ahead.
It's a part one.
Yeah, it's the part one. It's it didn't even end like the way Infinity War ended, you know, or Infinity War could have ended and that could have been the end of the movie, you know, if they wanted to be really dark and then go a different direction. This one, you definitely know we have to have a finish to this. So for that, I can't call it all those things yet because it all depends on how it ends. But for what it was, it's just an individual film. Really good. I like how they did dark tones in it, and also had, of course, the Spider-Man's always got humor, and it's an animated film. You know, it's teenagers. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, I like the tone. I like the tone and direction they decided to go with it. Of course, like just nostalgia, just trying to catch all the Spider-Men is fun. Like trying to see the ones, you know. My biggest issue with the movie is, and I've had this issue with a lot of Spider-Man movies. How the fuck are they standing on walls with Chuck Taylors on, man? Like I get his uniform with like maybe it's close enough with the uniform. These motherfuckers are wearing Jordans and standing upside down and sitting upside down on a wall. I was like, yo, come on, man.
Maybe it's the strong upper body strength.
Maybe. I don't know. I gotta up my physics because I mean, Spider-Punk has on like at least 3 layers of clothes.
Yeah. He does.
And he's just sticking to shit.
Heavy ass boots.
Yeah, some heavy ass boots. So I'll give it 8.5 out of 10.
Okay, all right. That's fair enough. I like that. Very good. 8.5 out of 10. Wow. Okay. Joey Franchise. Let them know how you feel about Across the Spider-Verse. Is it the Citizen Kane of comic book movies? Is it the greatest thing since the discovery of the wheel? Is it? What is it?
I don't know if it's any of those things. It's definitely, man. I mean, I've never seen Citizen Kane, and I probably never will see Citizen Kane. To be fair, all I know is I'll just believe the people that say it is the greatest movie of all time.
Okay,
but this I will say it belongs in the conversation of greatest superhero films of all time. But Tarek, I think, noted it, like hit it on the nose when he said it's not finished. So now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, damn, this is a really good fucking movie, but like if they don't stick the landing correctly, then does it defeat the whole purpose? All I will say, just living in the moment in this part 1, I really enjoy what they did with the character. I love that we got like 2 main characters where you get Gwen's story now. In this one, you got a better understanding of how shit was flowing on her universe and her relationship with her dad and losing her Peter, and her and like Miles like a 1 and 1A. So I really dug that. They really balanced 2 main characters in a movie and told two completely different stories and just like interweaved them just like flawlessly. There was no flaw whatsoever in the story. And I thought it was going to be, and that was one of the things that kind of, worried me a little bit because, okay, the first one was really good. I was thoroughly impressed. And I feel like this, with these Spider-Verse movies are like the only thing that Sony does good with any of the Spider-Man characters when they're working by themselves. I really was worried about the flow of the story and how they were going to tell the tale of the Spider-Verse and how the Spider-Verse actually works. And now there's 2 movies that explain the multiverse better than the MCU did in Endgame. So I really like the Spider-Man 2099 Miguel O'Hara explaining the Spider-Verse and how they incorporated scenes from Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. You got the Childish Gambino cameo that kind of blew everybody away. Now there's questions of whether this ties into Homecoming, and I have a little rumor after we're done giving our reviews on what happens next. But overall, the film was honestly it was mind blowing, bro. It was amazing, just the palette, the way every character had its own vibe to them, like their color palettes, like the Gwen Stacy, Spider Gwen, her palette and her universe and like meshed well, like it was identical to the comics, the way Spider-Punk looked. Like it was shit like that was just really wow. This is like game-changing shit, not only just like for movies, but just the way we look at animation now. And I think they're breaking new ground with this, and I love everything that they're doing with it, and I just can't wait for part 2, and it sucks that we got to wait a whole another year for it.
Man, the whole movie there was like, ending it now.
Yeah,
It was wow.
but it was but it
What a
was
great.
I thought it was cool though. Like
Mhm.
now it's a Miles versus Miles face off because now he lands in a
Yeah.
universe where
Yeah.
the spider that bit him was actually supposed to be. So that's gonna be cool.
That's a real quick, Speedy. Before you
Mhm.
go, going on what Joey said about it coming out next year. Like, is that going to happen with the writer strike going on? Like I know they got a set date, but is that going to delay it, or is this thing already done and they're just working on the animation? I'm concerned about that.
Ooh, I don't know. What do you guys think?
Say that one more time.
Is it actually going to come out the date they have
Oh, because
set because of this writer strike and everything
I
going
think
on?
it's already done. I think the
Okay.
way we had the reason there was such a gap between the first one and this one was because I think they were writing both of them at the same time. And I don't know if they planned.
Okay.
I don't think they planned for it to be a two-parter. And I think they looked at how good it was and said, "Oh, we got to break this shit up into two parts." And what I think they're gonna do with the second part is I think they're gonna cross into reality, and they kind of hinted at that in this movie, like where Spot, who by for example, thanks to Wade Loves Crown for bringing that up. I love the telling Spot story because that's a character like that's a new character, and they literally like made him interesting as shit. Like he literally looked like a boring character in the beginning, and then next thing you know, this guy's ready to fuck this whole shit up. And
Yeah.
and I thought that was really dope, and how they told his story. I thought a lot of those scenes with him in the beginning were like super funny. The humor in it, the heart in this movie, amazing. And even those little like those little experts of them showing some of the reality uh, incorporated into the animation with the Childish Gambino, the old lady at the bodega in Venom. Those were cool little hints, and I think they're gonna go when they say beyond the Spider Verse. I think they're going into reality.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I really really enjoyed the movie. Everyone's Tarek's take, of course, Joey's as well. Um, what I really appreciated most about the movie is that it had so much moving parts and nothing was wasted or nothing felt like it was like shoehorned in. You know what I mean? Like even
Yeah.
every little like fun thing, like the Tyrannosaurus, the dinosaur Spider-Man, the cat Spider-Man, everything felt, natural. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So because sometimes they have cameos and things from other multiverse or whatever, and sometimes they just, you know, throw them in there, All right, let's get that in this scene. Everything felt natural, like a flow, like even the '60s animated Spider-Man, if it was just for one, even if it was just for like one split second, you know what I mean?
Dog,
Every little cameo and every little thing like was interesting, you know what I mean? And
the
was well made.
The
Yeah,
Lego
Lego
universe.
universe. Yeah, the Lego universe. Everything was just well done. Like I really enjoyed that. Shout out to Heavyweight. The first movie changed
Adrian,
animation with movies like Puss in Boots Fine that leveled up as a top 5 comic book movie of all time. Bam, bam, bam. Look at that. We need a air horn for a Heavyweight. The greatest animated and the best looking overall. Tara gave it an 8.5 out of 10 and only critique that they had shoes. Or no, bro. That's not what he said.
Nah, listen. If the next one is sticks to landing, I'm gonna give it another point. I haven't seen anything ever get a 10. It's been very rare where something was a 10.
Okay, fair enough. I didn't give it a 10.
But yeah. Speaking of the Lego scene, shout out to the 14-year-old kid who got to animate that.
Yeah,
that was dope.
14-year-old Preston Mutanga
Yeah, that was awesome.
did his own after the first film, did his own little viral thing where he animated it and they saw it and he got a shot.
Yeah.
He got a shot to animate that. I think that's dope. Way to go.
Man, that's
Involving the
he was in
involving the fans.
Yeah, and he can say that he was involved in one of the greatest Spider-Man movies of all time. There you go. Yeah, for how long was that scene? 3 minutes? 2 minutes? 5 minutes?
It was 25 seconds, but
Oh, 25 seconds? Dang, it was that fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was awesome, man. Man, what a movie, man. So let's talk about the plot points, ladies and gentlemen. We're going deep into the spoiler territory now. We did spoil a bunch of stuff already, but just another warning for you guys, okay? the implications of the Spider-Verse into the MCU, all the Easter eggs, the Childish Gambino, everything, man. Do you think they're gonna do a Roger Rabbit with these animated characters in a Secret Wars thing? What do you think, Joey?
I don't know, man. It's one thing to do it in animation; it's another to do it in live action.
Uh,
Um,
I don't know. I'm scared. You know?
I'm a little, yeah. You got to make it tasteful for me. If you're doing all these legacy characters and you're gonna throw them all into Secret Wars, I mean, I'm cool with it. Like, I mean, in a sense, if they can pull it off, but the names that's getting dropped that I'm like reading on Twitter, and obviously I take a lot of those rumors with a grain of salt. I mean, bruh, like, okay, y'all go ahead. Y'all want to, play like we used to play when we were kids, and take all these different characters and have them beat them up as as toys.
Mhm.
But do it in live action and recreate, that Secret War vibe. That's gonna, it's gonna be. That's a tough task. But hey, I was impressed. I was impressed with a lot of stuff in Endgame. So I mean, I wouldn't put nothing past Kevin Feige and them boys.
All right, Tarek, how you feel about the Who Framed Roger Rabbit implications here?
Of like mixing
Mixing
the
animation with the live action characters.
I'm not a fan.
Oh, you meant that version. My bad. I was thinking like Secret Wars.
Yeah, well, yeah, they
tie-ins, like,
might do that, in the future, Secret Wars. I mean, they just did it right now. You know what I'm saying? It's in this.
yeah, I don't want to see that though.
Yeah.
I don't want to see
No,
the
yeah,
cartoon.
if you're talking about live action where you have live action people interacting with cartoons
Mhm.
in a film, no, I do not want to see that. If the question is, do I want to see Miles live action? Of course, yes.
Yeah.
Would I want to see a story like this live action? Yeah, but the Roger Rabbit situation, no, I don't think I'm a big fan of that.
I don't know. I'm afraid that they might do that just to be weird for Secret
Here's
Wars. You know?
here's my pitch though. My pitch would be that Miles lands in reality, and or not even just lands in the reality. I think the world he creates turns into reality and merges with Tom Holland's reality or MCU. So somehow him and his family land in like the MCU live action, and they live in the apartment that Peter Parker lives in now at the end of No Way Home.
Interesting.
They live in the apartment that Peter lives in. Okay,
They live in the same apartment.
Yeah, that makes sense. I can see that. They could do a storyline where Peter's trying to cure himself. He's trying to get bit by a spider to cure himself. Spider bites Miles. We got two Spider-Men. I don't know. I can see it.
Maybe.
But no Roger Rabbit. No Bob Hoskins putting a rabbit in dip.
And there hasn't been a confirmation that that version of Childish Gambino's Prowler is part of the 616.
Interesting. But there was a bunch of photos on a red carpet with a rumored candidate for the Miles Morales live action. I forget the name of the actor. Let's see if I can...
Well, I know a lot of people have been rooting for the kid from Stranger Things.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I'm not sure how old he's going to be by the time they finally decide to do one. It seems like it's probably going to take some time to get a Miles Morales.
Shameik Moore.
Caleb McLaughlin is his name, the actor from Stranger Things.
I think it is Shameik Moore, I believe is his name.
Shameik Moore does the voice currently.
Oh, okay. No. Well, yeah, he's on the voice. Yeah, sorry, he does. You're right. He does the voice for.
Yeah, he's definitely too old to play Miles in real life. He's
like 28
on the Wu-Tang show.
Yeah. I think he's like 28, and yeah, he did that movie Dope years back. That was cool.
Yeah. Wade Love's Crown is Miles Brown. That is correct. It is Miles Brown.
Yeah,
is one of the lead the actors I've seen. That's correct. Thanks for that input, good sir or ma'am.
We love it when people chime in, man. Sometimes we need correction at times.
That's right.
Yeah, that's some good info.
Chime in. Let's get on in the conversation.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Right. That's what
Um,
we're all about here. Geek Culture
speak
Conference, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead.
Staying on the Spider-Man topic. Word is even though Tom Holland is taking a break from Spider-Man after he just did his Apple TV series recently.
Mhm.
He said he was gonna take a year break, but rumor has it, I guess, because one of the stuntmen on the set of Captain America 4 leaked some photo,
Wow.
and apparently Spider-Man will be in Captain America 4. And to
Oh, really?
yeah,
Huh?
and to add on to that, like some of the scenes that are being shot or for the movie are based in New York, uh, mostly around where Daredevil, like Hell's Kitchen area. So they're gonna be shooting some
Hmm.
scenes around that area.
Yeah, Captain America could end up being a great intro for a lot of characters.
Yeah,
I
there's a
think
new
that's what it
rumor
is.
that there's a new rumor
Yeah.
that the stunt double for Tom Holland reportedly has shown up on a report for this movie, for the Captain America movie. So
That's the one
people
I'm talking
are
about.
speculating. Yeah, people are speculating that we might get some Spider-Man in this Captain America.
Yeah. I'm hyped
And
for
that'll
that.
be cool.
Actually,
I think so. I don't know.
That'll be cool because I mean it'll revisit. I mean the Civil War situation. That was the last time
They
uh,
interacted. Yeah,
Falcon and Spider-Man interacted.
yeah,
yeah.
it's true.
It makes you wonder sometimes, like bringing that's what last time they interacted, like when that whole Endgame scene was going on, like were people like like rehashing and meeting each other again? I think I forgot what film it was, and or was it a film or show recently? And he was like, "Yeah, I saw you at the funeral. I saw you at the funeral for Tony." It was one of these movies I was watching. It was like, "I saw you at the funeral." So I wonder like how many of these people like interacted while Endgame was going on, like in that big fight.
Mm.
Yeah,
Did people get close and like hang out and rehash old things? But yeah. Have you guys seen there's been they're kind of leaking some images from Captain America 4.
Yeah.
oh they changed
Uh,
the name too. Brave New World.
today.
Yeah, Brave New World
Yeah,
now. Yep.
yeah. So yeah, I'm getting a little more excited. Marvel's getting me back. I'm getting a little excited. I don't know if this is considered a Marvel project. This may be Sony. I'm sure Sony wants to hang their hat on Spider-Verse because especially people calling it a top 5. I'm sure Sony's going to be like, hey, that's us. But yeah, some recent developments. Marvel's getting me hyped again a little bit.
A little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Dope, man. I really enjoyed Spider-Man 2099 in the Spider-Verse movie. It was interesting. He was more of an antagonist than the Spot was, I think. You know?
It was fair though. I mean he's protecting the flow of everything in the Spider Verse.
Yeah.
I mean everybody lost to every Spider-Man has lost a a loved one that was close, whether it was Uncle Ben, Captain Stacy, and they've always
Right.
lost every Spider-Man or Peter Parker's or version of Spider-Man has always lost somebody really close.
And that was a big deal in
And
the movie, that canon. It was interesting they use that word canon, canon
Yeah.
event, because that's what we call it. So it was a little breaking the fourth wall, little nod there, but it was cool. Um, I thought it was interesting that he's also a vampire.
yeah, I didn't. You know what's funny?
Yeah,
I never knew that.
yeah, yeah. I didn't
Yeah, I
even know
didn't
that
either.
either. I don't even remember in the comic book he was a vampire or not.
I looked the character up, and it just seemed like he just had claws
Mm.
in the comic books, but they're giving him an extra little a little nod. It's kind of like the I don't know if you guys remember the DC movie where they did the alternate Justice League, and Zod had landed instead, and Batman was literally a vampire.
Mm.
It reminded me
Oh
of that.
yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
a little bit. Yeah, I think I talk about everything that we want to talk about in Across the Spider-Verse. Unless you guys there's something else you guys wanted to touch on.
no,
I think I got it.
I think we
I think I
covered
got
it.
everything.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna move on. Let's talk about the other sensation in the movie theaters right now. Maybe not such a great of a movie, but it was okay. You just want to see the robots fight, right? Transformers: Rise of the Beast. Yeah, that's what we asked
Yeah,
for from a Transformers movie, right, Derek? Good action.
Yeah, no,
We
I
can
think,
follow the action this time, right?
I mean, it's honestly one of the better
Yeah.
ones that I've seen. I'd put it up there with Bumblebee, and I thought Bumblebee was good. It's definitely one of the better films. You know what's different about this one? It didn't have the plot leaks. You know, I mean, you know, it's a big action film, so it's going to have some things.
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck it didn't just fly there in the first place?
I didn't
But
know.
some of these other ones are like awful plot leaks,
Right.
and the dialogue was much better
Right.
this time around.
Right. Well, I knew about the little well, spoiler warning, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't figured that out, we're doing spoilers here, okay? I didn't figure out. I already knew that they were going to eventually touch on the little crossover thing at the end of the movie, but because we talked about that. We talked about that like years ago that rumor was out there. Remember?
What's
On
that?
Yeah, I remember that.
We talked about on this show Transformers, G.I. Joe,
Oh
Hasbro
yeah,
products, Hasbro IP crossing over in their own multiverse thing. We talked about it on the show multiple times. We have Mikey Sutton
yeah.
on here. He talked about it. Yeah, we were ahead of the game.
We want the Hasbro verse.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Hasbro verse. We were ahead of the game.
I wasn't sure if they were gonna pull it off.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And the kind of way they kind of ended the movie too, with him fixing up his friend. That's a little reminiscent of another IP that they could cross over with too. Because they kind of like, you know, in the comic books, they cross over with Mask as well.
Do they
Yeah,
really?
and Mask is a division of G.I. Joe that uses Cybertronian technology to make those make the vehicles.
The suit. What about the suit that he wore?
Yeah, well, could be,
When he-
maybe. Yeah. I don't remember
So
them
yeah,
having
that
suits like that though.
well, that suit he wore reminded me of the first GI Joe movie, not the animated
yeah.
one, but the one Marlon Wayans
Yeah.
and
I
Chad.
thought
I
it was
forgot his name.
I thought it was Mega Man.
That would have been
I
dope
was like,
too.
oh shit! I'm like Mega Man.
Turns to make it
Early
What's going on?
stages.
everything's
Yeah,
possible.
I thought you know, could have been one of those little, like the second generation Transformers had the headmasters and target masters and shit.
Oh yeah, see, I mean, I have to figure. I thought they might do that like a headmaster. I was like, you know, he kind of looks like a headmaster.
Yeah.
But I guess they
But I remember definitely in the Transformers cartoon movie that they gave the humans started getting little exosuits and stuff
in
like
Transformers
that.
the movie. Spike had and the son had those white vehicles with that transformed.
Yeah, but the suit reminded me of that first G.I. Joe movie where they had the special suits that made them move fast. And I'm wondering if they're going to tie that in. Yeah, so I don't know. I wonder if they're tying into the G.I. Joe live action films and trying to fix that, or are they tying into the cartoon?
Well,
there's a lot you could do at G.I. Joe if you did it well. That was definitely a misstep.
First thing I want to bring up is I didn't realize Unicron was the antagonist of this movie until the we got to the release date. So I thought that was a really good, well kept secret.
Was it?
I didn't know. I didn't think Unicron was.
I didn't know
Unicron in a previous movie, in a previous Transformers movie.
Yes, he was mentioned. Yeah,
he was mentioned, right?
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
Because at the end of one of them, they say Unicron is coming, and Optimus goes off to fight him.
And which one?
It was one of those when he's fighting Quintessa. It's not in this Bumblebee timeline.
No,
it's like the last one with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So question. So now I'm having a hard time figuring out whether the Bumblebee and this one is actually part of the same timeline from the previous ones.
I think so. I think they're gonna try and do that because there was an interesting line. Remember the MacGuffin in this movie is that shard or whatever that controls time and space.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I think they can go back and forth in the future. But remember that they said that technically the Maximals or they are from the future and the past. Remember he was explaining, and he was named after Optimus Prime. He told him in the movie. Yeah. So he's actually from the future, even though they're in 1990s. You know what I'm saying?
And the reason he wanted the key was to travel through space and time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they can reset the timeline off the strength of that.
Or they could shoehorn in all the stuff that happened in the Bayformers and
the Bayformers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was watching a video talking about the next film, reviewing it. Also, Emergency Awesome is a one I watch often.
That's a good YouTube channel.
Yeah, and they were saying that maybe like a good look would be to set the next film not too far in the future, so you could really establish the GI Joe.
Mhm.
So maybe set this next one in 1997, because I believe they said the original film took place in 2006.
Yeah,
So
but they'd have to explain them re-landing again, not being on Earth. Again.
well, they didn't leave at the end of this one, did they?
No, they didn't.
No,
The Autobots didn't leave.
they.
No, yeah,
But in the Shia LaBeouf one, they were already here.
No, they
Right?
were remember they
They were
landed.
landing.
Yeah, they
Oh
were landing.
shit!
Remember they landed.
yeah. Bumblebee was here. Prime and the other ones
Mhm.
were not.
Yeah, that's wild. Okay.
So at some point they have to get them off this planet,
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know.
Yo, big shout out to
unless they're just going to
big shout out to Adrian again, man. He mentioned something really important as well. Is the music. It definitely did it for me.
Oh yeah.
Yo, all the
Yes.
90s vibes. Hold up, Sophie
Oh,
wants in
yeah.
on this. Sophie wants in.
Yeah.
All the 90s vibes. Yo, all the New York vibes, like literally like Spanish house. It was Transformers in the Hood.
Mhm.
Like I felt it was
Yeah,
Transformers in the Hood. I loved every minute of it.
Had,
Real
I
talk.
what's
loved every minute of
the
it.
name of the actress from I Like It Like That?
Oh,
She was
shit.
the mom. That's funny.
I gotta go.
Seen her in a long time.
Yeah, that music was hitting me hard in my heart, man, the whole time.
Yeah.
I was like, man, they're going in.
Were, man. But yeah, man.
Nas is on the soundtrack.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think he. I want to say he helped produce it because I know Nas was hosting some screenings for the movie.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I know he hosted one in New York 2 weeks ago, and I know he's on the soundtrack. I think there's another dude that rap out there. I want to say. I hope I say his last name right because my boy put me onto him probably like a year ago. Toby Nwiji. Bro.
Oh yeah. Toby, yeah.
Is that say
His
it
name
right?
is hard to say. Ngoué, I believe it is.
Okay. I knew I was gonna butcher it. I pulled a Speedy.
Mm.
No, he was dope too as Reek in the film. I liked his character too.
Yeah, that was one thing about this one. I liked Shia LaBeouf or whatever, but they really did a good job of integrating the human stories in this one.
I feel like
okay.
the job.
I feel like the human story was okay in this one.
It was okay.
Really?
Yeah. I kind of was more interested in the Transformers story,
Yeah, and I think that's what the fans want more. And I think they did good telling the Primals, or telling the Maximal story. I wish I would have got more of those scenes or them be used a little bit more because I felt like they were a little bit underused. But that last battle scene was epic. Like I thought that whole shit, like from that, and it was a very long battle scene too. And I enjoyed every minute of that. And one thing we always look for when we watch these Transformers movies, and granted, the cast was solid. You didn't need no, big name superstar. I think Anthony Ramos is a solid, solid actor. Obviously, he does Hamilton.
Yeah,
he's going to be in the new Ironheart series real soon.
He was great.
And Dominique Fishback too. She's a really awesome actress as well. So the fact that they didn't need like a superstar, like at the time, Shia LaBeouf, and then you had Mark Wahlberg. Like you had a solid cast that can carry them. That can carry the film. Film had heart. It definitely had heart to it. I love the Noah backstory and everything like that, and how that whole thing panned out. But sometimes the interaction between human and robot never really hits well. But I thought Noah, I think Anthony Ramos's character was a lot better. It reminded me like of how Shia LaBeouf was in the first one.
Yeah.
And I thought that I like the first one a lot. But this one right here is definitely sending Transformers in the right direction, and I'm definitely hyped to see what's next. And I think the next one is going to be called Transformers 1, and it's going to tell their backstory. It's going to be like the whole Autobot backstory.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That was a rumor I heard that's pretty interesting.
Yes.
And
Bumblebee off the plane.
Everybody
screamed. That was sick.
What was the song that played? I forgot.
Oh shit! I forgot the song he played and he dropped down.
Was it "Don't Call It a Comeback" or something like that?
Yeah. It was Mama Said Knock You Out.
Hello. Yeah. That shit was live. That shit was lit.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great selection.
Listen, another thing, Pete Davidson wasn't annoying.
Yes, thank God.
He was actually decent.
He wasn't annoying. Like sometimes he could be annoying. He wasn't.
Yeah, some people said he stole the show.
Yeah, I
All
mean,
his jokes. I would say like 90% of the jokes like hit.
yeah, it's most of them are heavy Bumblebee, and I think it was good that they got a Transformers movie that was not heavy Bumblebee, making
Right.
the other Autobots more interesting. RC was dope. I was so happy to see RC and her be like a badass too. I wasn't crazy about what they did with Wheeljack, but it was funny. Him having an accent but not speaking Spanish, it was kind of funny.
Now I
But I
was a
would say
fan of
with
the Beast Wars, and I thought like that's why I was a little bit like tight because I like Cheetor, so it was like I wanted to see more of that. And
yeah, Rhinox didn't speak, Cheetor didn't speak. That did kind of bothered me a little bit. And I like the rat guy. I forgot his name. The rat Beast War dude. That was my boy in the old one.
Yeah. They're holding some of those pieces, for later on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked the motion capture. It seemed like you could believe that they're sentient beings now. You know what I'm saying? Instead of before, I feel like in the first Transformers movie, that the action scenes were very choppy. You couldn't tell who was shooting who or who was hitting who. You know what I mean? And this was like night and day to that. Like you can tell who's shooting at who. Everybody looks fluid. Even that showdown with the former Maximal leader, and Scourge, and
yeah,
like him just
Yeah, that was a
walking
good
around
scene.
like
That was a
that.
dope scene. Yeah.
Just like it made you believe, okay, that's a sentient being. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I like that they use Scourge as the villain too. People don't right now remember Scourge from the Transformers the movie and the seasons after, but Scourge, I thought that was dope, and giving them a reason why they're stronger. Optimus wanted that fade heavy, didn't he? This was like, I can't stand this motherfucking Scourge.
But it was good because at the final confrontation, it was like, yeah, like I got you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So what are we doing? What are we doing? 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10, 4 out of 5. What are we saying? I mean, 1 out of 10 or out of 5? What are we doing?
In my review, I gave it a 3.5
out of 5.
Yep.
I gave it a 7.5 out of 10.
That's what I'm rolling with a 7.5 out of 10.
7.5.
Okay, that's pretty much the consensus, ladies and gentlemen.
Same shit. Yeah. Same shit, just more numbers.
Yeah. But you got to think about how many bad Transformers movies they've had, and we've got like two really decent ones at least, straight, and a possibility of a GI Joe. Good time to be a kid, a person in your 30s to 60s who grew up around this stuff.
That ass. Like, it's gonna be fun. Like, like my daughter is now getting into like Spider-Man and shit like that. So like she watches like the Spider-Man and Friends on Disney Plus. And she's looking at the comics now. And she calls him the itsy bitsy. So I've kind of like trained her to. That's how I ease her into watching Spider-Man and reading the comics.
My grandson goes, Spider-Man.
Oh, she's starting to say. She says it every now and then, but she calls him like it. She's like itsy bitty. And she'll like point at the comic, and then like we're sitting down on my lap, we're reading comics. But no, she also is like loving like with cars and things like that. So it's gonna be fun to kind of share these new movies that are like they're not resetting in a sense, but they're going back and retelling stories so that way they can get caught up on to the now. But yeah, it's exciting, man. Like to be me in my 30s and my child now being able to like be in that mode to grow up and watch these movies with her.
Can we settle it now? The 80s and 90s, we had the hottest shit, man.
We
had the hottest shit. They keep bringing it back.
It blows my mind. It's like, yo, imagine I'm gonna have a conversation with my kid when she gets older, and it's like, yo, you wasn't outside, you wasn't there to witness any of this. Like it blows my mind that you were never there to witness it.
Yep.
You'll never know.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like I don't care what the hell went on in the 60s and 50s and 70s and shit. Like, man, the 80s, 90s,
80s and 90s,
and
maybe early 2000s, yo.
Yeah, man, them people from the 60s and 70s were on so many drugs, they don't remember. They just like, they're like, I went to sleep one day, 19, woke up, and Disco was dead. That's all I remember.
Yeah, it's so weird to me, dog, that I was 2 years old when the first Batman movie came out, and now I'm watching, And Michael Keaton's my favorite Batman of all time. And I remember seeing Batman Returns in what, 92? And how old was I then? I was like fucking like 5 or 6.
Wow.
Yeah. And now The Flash, dog, this is crazy.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But before we'll go into the video game part of the stream and talk about some of these games coming out. Let's Flash. You saw Flash, Joey. You
Twice.
saw Flash twice.
See, the third
yeah.
time I'm actually should be there at the theater with Tarek, but I'm gonna take my mom to go see it because you know, spoiler alert, Flash is Latino. This is crazy. He's half Latino. Did not know that.
Interesting.
It's dope though. I'm with it. I'm all with it. Supergirl's Latino. Flash is Latino. It's a good time to be Latin, baby. And the Puerto Rican Day Parade was this weekend.
Yeah.
Dog, we up right now.
We need to.
We are up right now.
Yeah.
Man, y'all taking over Black Music Month.
Bruh. So
That's what's up.
Flash was fire. I don't want to spoil because I know Tarek hasn't seen it yet, and he's about to see it tomorrow. So we'll save that for the next episode when we all have seen it. Well, yeah, when we all have seen it. So, Tarek, what you're in for, bro? It's dog Spider-Verse. It's in my opinion, it's a step under, or maybe a half point under. I'd point under Spider-Verse. So whatever you gave Spider-Verse, take a 0.5 off that. It's right. It hangs right.
It gets a point.
A tenth of a point. Take a tenth of a point off. It's just as good. It might be for you. It might be better. Who knows? But it depends on what you like or what you're into. One's a cartoon, one's live action.
Right.
They both deal with the multiverse. They both explain the multiverse like amazing. There's actually a scene that's online right now. Michael Keaton in that scene where he explains the multiverse with a bowl of spaghetti, which was fucking. It was epic. Everything about it, from Ezra Miller, all personal shit aside, him acting in this movie was spot on. He killed it as Barry Allen. Finally glad we got to see, Ezra play Barry after seeing him in all these, Justice League movies and doing these like little cameos here and there. So to him to have a full-on film, it's definitely a swan song for the character. If they decide to keep Ezra on as if they decide to go a different direction from Ezra with the Flash character, who knows? But yeah, he was amazing. The story, dog, like, bro, like the story was amazing. Everything about the multiverse, from explaining it to showing it, and it's a swan song for DC as a whole. Every DC TV show, every DC film, from the Christopher Reeve to Adam West to all that. Like, it's an ode to all that. And they stuck the landing with it, and they left room for James Gunn to do his magic and reset the whole DCU, and we're gonna see who will make the cut. If Ezra, this situation, I don't know where it's headed or where it's going. I haven't been keeping tabs on it, but I think since James Gunn has also dealt with some backlash himself with Twitter, who knows if he'll have like sympathy if Ezra is found not guilty or what have you. Or I really don't know his story too much. All I know is that it's a shitty situation for everybody. But yeah, I thought he did an amazing job as Flash. Michael Keaton stole every scene. The minute he touched the screen, everybody's out their seat. Everybody, and it just doesn't stop. Like action scenes, like what's crazy is like you appreciated him so much just how he portrayed Batman, but like you never really got to see him fight as much. And yeah, because you barely saw him fight. Like even if I went back and watched his movies, he was barely throwing hands like that.
Right.
Because they didn't have the effects to do all that shit. So now you got the effects. My favorite Batman, and Michael Keaton really just getting to show off, in this new age. You know what I'm saying? Like in his old age, to kind of do what he's doing was out of control, dog. Like everything you see in the commercial is like, it blew us away when we saw it. When you see it in the theater, it's that times 10.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Supergirl was solid too. Man, listen, it is amazing movie, and it sucks that the DCU EU had to end like with this one. Well, it's not sad, but I mean, it's a good way to end
Well,
off the
got
DCEU. But it's just sad that we didn't get to see the DCEU kind of take off where, you know, Zack Snyder originally planned. But
right.
it definitely left hope for the future, though.
Okay. All right. Cool. So I'm excited for Flash. I think it's gonna be a good time. I'm actually kind of enjoying that. I'm gonna just regularly go to a movie theater and pay and see it.
Mhm.
That's all good. The Tarek's gonna check it out. You're gonna check it out again. Another review is gonna come up here. Tarek's gonna give his review. So that's gonna be on the podcast feed, ladies and gentlemen. So keep a lookout for that. All right, let's get into these games, man. We got the Spider-Man 2, the follow-up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't even finished the first one.
Oh, whoa, bro! I finished that one and the Miles
Yeah,
Morales one.
I haven't
Wow,
done
man,
it.
you out there.
This is the gameplay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is the gameplay. Let's lower that volume just a little bit. We don't get sniped here. Hopefully. We'll see.
Shout out to my homeboy JT, James Ham, who works with Insomniac that worked on this game.
Oh yeah, he did.
Bro, you got the
Yeah.
Insomniac club? We need some copies.
You know how long that dude's list is?
It's funny.
What yeah, Mace House?
Yeah. I think.
Dog, that's just crazy.
Okay. That's interesting.
That shit is crazy.
Yeah.
What's crazy is that is gameplay.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous, dude. You're coming a long way since Maximum Carnage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, whoa, bro.
I was seeing that the other day. I was watching. I was gonna grab the cart because I have a system that I could play Super Nintendo cartridges on. And I saw Maximum Carnage in the store, and I was like, I'll buy it.
So my boy hacked my the SNES, the little mini one that comes with games already in it. So he hacked it and he put in all these games. I gave him a list of games that I really wanted on there. He put Maximum Carnage, he put Spider-Man and X-Men, Arcade Revenge, X-Men, Mutant Apocalypse.
Yeah.
And just classics, bro. And literally like brings me back.
X-Men Mutant Apocalypse was my joint. Max, skip forward a little bit, Speedy.
Skip forward or
yeah,
get to the part where Lizard. No, but I like what they did here though. Where you get to switch from Peter to Miles.
Oh yeah, that was actually cool.
Yeah, a little transition. Yeah, you can go to that because now they're looking for the Lizard in this.
Yeah, the way they gave them both pretty distinctive styles too was dope.
Yeah,
I never got to play the Miles Morales game.
It's really good.
What's that? Is that the Lizard and the robot? Oh, there's drones. Let's see. Go forward more. Man, it's awesome, man. This is gameplay, right?
Isn't that crazy? It looks.
Wow.
That's cool. This is crazy right here. Yeah, the phase, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, these Spider-Man games, I feel like are gonna go down legendarily. Like
they are. I think Batman the Arkham games kind of set the tone, and then Insomniac said, "Okay, hold my beer."
Yeah, that's true. People swear about it. Those Arkham games,
and they're great. Don't get me wrong, but man, the way you can capture, like, because Spider-Man moves a lot. Like Batman can be on some detective shit, and he can get his combat in, but bro, Spider-Man be out here swinging around, fucking flipping, dodging shit. Like, look at this, like this type of shit. Like, it's nuts. He's more of a, like limber character than Batman.
Right. Yeah, his games very much remind me of God of War,
Yeah.
but there's so much more action. And like, this is crazy to think that this is on a video game.
No.
It's amazing.
I haven't heard anything else coming out of these out of the reveals though. Like this was the hottest thing that people were talking about.
I thought we were gonna get a Wolverine trailer, but I think they're gonna save that for after this one does numbers.
Okay.
Because there's a Wolverine Insomniac one. I would assume it's set in the same universe, but it looked dope. They did a teaser trailer like I think back at E3, I think last year.
Wow, this is really, really well done, man. I need to get.
The suit looks dope, and you can see all the definition on the black symbiote.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's good, Pete. I saved the tracker.
Yeah, man. I got some catching up to do.
You get yourself a PS5, man.
I know, I'm slacking.
He's never like that.
Interesting. Very interesting. Got to get into invest in that P5, buddy.
Yeah, man.
What else we got? Let's see. There was also got some fighting games. Mortal Kombat.
I'm glad they're going back in time. So I guess I haven't kept up with the storyline for Mortal Kombat, but I know that Liu Kang, after the last game, he turns into a god and it resets the entire universe. So that's why that's why he looks like how he looks in this one.
Right. Okay. He took the other god's place. Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think he took Raiden's place.
Okay.
Actually, no, he didn't take Raiden's place. Because Raiden's right there, right?
I think that's either Kung Lao or I'm not sure.
Oh, that's Kung Lao.
Yeah.
I love it because they have more like it feels more realistic, like costume wise.
Mm.
Yeah. These games are so ill.
Yeah.
I was never good at Mortal Kombat either.
You what?
I was never good at Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, Mortal Kombat was my joint.
Oh, bro, remember we hosted the Mortal Kombat tournament? I literally like couldn't believe like how fast these motherfuckers were getting these special moves off. Because I could,
real talk, I was
I could
that,
barely.
like, well,
yeah, I would get crushed.
I honestly thought I was decent. I was like, I'm decent at Mortal Kombat, and then I saw them. I was like, yeah, nah.
Is that Shang Tsung, bro?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just Shang. Is that Shang Tsung? Or is it Johnny Cage?
He's got the souls. I think it's Shang Tsung versus Johnny Cage. Look at how he keeps shifting into different people, bro. Brah.
Wow.
Because I think at some point they do the split punch in this scene.
Yeah, he does. Boom.
Yeah.
That's fire.
Okay, let's go back to one here.
Yeah, this is gonna be a game.
Yeah.
And these little interludes are very memeable. Like
God, Liu Kang.
Yeah. So exciting times, man. We got Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
We got the whole 90s back. We got Mortal Kombat. We got Transformers, G.I. Joe coming back.
We could stop this one right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Let's go to the other one. That's actually you own Street Fighter 6, yeah?
Yeah, I have it. I'm messing around with it right now. Like you can create your own fighter, and that's where I'm at right now. Like it literally on some like Grand Theft Auto shit where you just like kind of free roam around a little bit.
Oh, word.
You literally pick fights with people randomly, like people in suits. Like you can fight a cop.
What?
Or you can fight a random cop on the street and just hit, yo, I want to fight you, bong. And then you just, and you can see their level, like the level that they're at.
Uh-huh. Well, really?
And yeah, it's pretty wild, dog. Like I'm not for nothing. Like it's pretty intense.
So
but
you're like walking around in a universe a little bit.
Yeah, you're like walking around in the universe. Luke is like your first trainer. And then when you upgrade from like his area, you can move on and walk over to the next one I'm at right now is at Chung Lee's. So I'm her teacher, and you have to like fight like in her stance to fight her people. It's
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's interesting. I'm still trying to get a. I haven't played Street Fighter in a minute, so
Yeah.
I was kind of intrigued by this one to kind of see what it was about. Cause not for nothing, like I think Mortal Kombat was hyping me up, so I was like, oh, let me see what Street Fighter is about.
Yeah.
I'm a little better in Street Fighter, but the
I feel like
newer.
a lot of the moves though can be a little bit repetitive though. Maybe I haven't unlocked enough stuff, but everything kind of feels repetitive.
Yeah.
All right.
It's always this guy, right?
He's like the Liu Kang of
Yeah.
of Street Fighter. Actually,
That's your character. That's who you are. That
no,
guy
you
Dream?
can create your own.
Oh, that's what I meant.
You create your own. Do you make your own moves too?
I don't know if you can. I haven't gotten that far.
Okay. The fuck is that?
Blanca.
This will be a Blanca.
Yeah, y'all more Street Fighter or Tekken people?
I actually like Tekken. I like Tekken more.
Yeah.
I like the story of Tekken. It's nice and weird.
Remember Dead or Alive?
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
That shit was soft porn, bro.
Who's this old man?
I don't know. I haven't played the story mode of
Oh.
this.
You're just looking for people online to fight.
I'm just looking for people to fight.
What character are you rocking with, man? You using your maid character to fight?
I have been using my main character to fight, but not like online or anything. I'm just trying to get a better understanding of how their new creative player universe works.
Yeah.
But I was just fucking around with like some of the other guys, and I thought Luke was cool. I've been rocking with Luke. I rocked with obviously Ryu, and I think Chung Li, just because those are the only moves I really knew from back in the day, and they still keep the same back. Yeah, I
Look at
mean,
this.
Yeah. Touchdown. Hold down for 2
yeah,
seconds.
hold down. Yep.
This is a new Star Wars game, open world
Oh
Star Wars
yeah.
game called Star Wars Outlaw. Once it finally loads.
I still
Yeah.
haven't played
This
Survivor
dropped
yet.
6 hours ago, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. This is the
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
final
this
gameplay
recent.
walkthrough. Does not
I said
represent final quality.
Survivor.
I think it's like in between 5 and 6. Empire Strikes Back and Return of Jedi.
Yeah, this doesn't seem Jedi focused, which is interesting, and I think it's good.
Yeah, it's more like I don't know if you're a bounty hunter or not, but you're definitely an outlaw.
You're like a little hustler. I think you're like more like a Han Solo. You're this person here.
Yeah.
A little hustler scammer.
Yeah.
All right, next. Let's go get paid.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
So,
It's
yeah,
like between two stealth assassins.
Oh, dope. Yeah. Hi.
okay, so it's gonna be like more about the Pike Syndicate and
Yeah.
all that stuff. The underworld.
Yeah. You should probably skip a little forward too, because this is like a 10-minute video.
Is it? No. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's a gameplay walkthrough.
Yeah, I gotta look at this.
I like that. That reminds me
It's
a
not
little
bad.
bit of,
No, not at all.
bit of
That's
Battlefront.
not bad.
Yeah.
This is the first time we've seen it.
She's toting that thing too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this looks like this would be fun.
What happened? Okay.
Oh yeah.
I like it.
I think that went pretty well, right?
Hop on a speeder.
Yeah. All right, she's taking hits though.
Oh yeah, I would rock with this. This is up my alley.
Yeah, well, it seems like it's like a whole big map. Man, that's crazy. It's not on rails, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, you cannot go this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like Legend of Zelda, you know. Take your ass back to the store and get more stuff and then come back.
What is this? We'll slow down. Is that the force or something? Uh-oh.
Tantrum.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Some hot games coming out, man. It's maybe the year.
Wait.
I'm talking. Oh wait, why does that character looks familiar? I've seen this character before. Huh?
I
Have we
don't
seen
know. They
that
all
character before?
started running together to me.
It looks like she looks. That's the character from Mandalorian. Looks like it anyway.
That looks really good. When is this coming out?
Oof, I don't know. I gotta look it up now.
I'll look it up real quick. Star
Wait a
Wars.
minute. Ubisoft is doing it, not
Yeah,
EA.
no, EA's lost it.
They lost it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well,
Someone's saying it looks
battle?
like
I like that. I like this is my favorite part right here. The TIE wing, TIE fighter versus ship battles. Yeah.
it does not come out until January 2024.
Hmm.
Oh look, and you can hyperdrive, go somewhere else. That's dope.
Yeah, someone's described it as Grand Theft Auto in the Star Wars universe. That's dope. You could just go on a hyperdrive whenever you want.
Yeah.
Wow.
And go somewhere else. Story. Interesting. There you go.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's gonna be like how Grand Theft Auto Online is.
Huh? That'll be interesting.
That'd be wild.
Well, you have to make your own character, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think you're playing the story of somebody there. You know? I don't know. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it for the show. Unless we are forgetting to talk about something else.
No, I think we
we
got everything.
good.
I'll be hyped to tell you all about Flash tomorrow.
All right, great. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you again next show. I think Monday we're doing a show. Yeah.
Yeah.
That we can do a show, and then of course we're gonna know about that Flash movie from. Well, you're gonna see Flash tomorrow, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Flash is tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that. To Tarek's review. Let everyone know on the audio version of the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, how they can follow you.
You can follow me at you can follow me at My Name is Tarik, Tarik, on YouTube and on Instagram.
All right, of course, Mr. Joey Franchise. I'd love to know how they can follow you, sir.
Yeah, get at me on my personal one at Joey Franchise and my at Franchise on Film. You can check out some spoiler-free reviews right now of The Flash. I'll be posting my Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse and my Transformers take as well this week. So be on the lookout for that. And Tarik, we should definitely do one for Flash tomorrow.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Do it like
all
a
spoilers
review. Yeah, out the theater review. That's what you guys should do. Of course, you can follow me at DJ Speed DJR on the socials. Find the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, as you get all them exclusive interviews and reviews and stuff. The audio version of the podcast, Geek Culture Congress podcast, is everywhere. Find podcasts or listen to. Okay, we're easy. A simple Google search, you'll be able to find it. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you again next Monday. We'll have another show for you.
Cool.
Little housekeeping on Speedy's Multiverse. I'll be back with Mikey Sutton tomorrow. He's got some more scoops, some more inside stuff for me there. So we'll be doing another show tomorrow, but with him. So the Speedy's Multiverse on the YouTube channel. Give me a follow over there. Speedy's at Speedy's Multiverse. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you guys next time. Have a good one, everybody. Be safe.
Peace.
Peace.